drowning. Yeah, I'll call you up with Mary. Right after. Hey guys. Test, test. Hello, hello everyone. How are we doing today? I'm gonna give everybody just a few seconds to get seated. We're just about to get started in about a minute here. I know you've all been waiting. If you're out there in the back getting pizza, slowly make your way back out front here. There's some chairs in the middle, I think. I think there's still some chairs left, but it looks like, wow, we got a packed room. Beautiful. Let's give it a minute to get seated, guys. We're just about to get started. Awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm gonna do a 10-second countdown and we're going to get started. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I don't have a gong, but we're getting started. Welcome to San Francisco Tech Week. My name is Georgie, and I'll be your host for tonight. I am the founder of Overdrive, or one of the hosts here tonight at the event, and I'll be guiding you through this GTM event with n8n and Apify, co-hosted by Leadspicker team over here and our team from Overdrive. This will be a very hands-on event. We'll show you some of the flows we've built for GTM. We'll build them with you, and we hope that you will also build something cool and exciting and share it with our team here. Before we begin, while people are still getting seated here, I'm going to do some really quick housekeeping, very important. Bathrooms. Bathrooms are on the left side there. If you need one, please feel free to get up and go. Wi-Fi is available on the wall. There are stickers that are just on the right-hand side there. You can find them. Food and drinks are available in the back, so please go get some pizza, go get some drinks. There's also alcoholic drinks as well, so go nuts, have fun. And we're going to have some breaks as well in between. This is a very long session. It's about 3 hours long, really packed, full of content, but we're going to have some breaks. Okay. Okay, everyone, we're just going to get started here. If we can get seated here and turn our attention towards the screen, that would be great. Hearing a lot of church chatter still. Very excited audience today. It's awesome. Okay. Okay, perfect. Folks in the back there, if we could just quiet down a little bit, please. We would love to get started, but I'm hearing lots of chatter there, and I want to make sure everyone can hear the presentation. So if we could just bring the noise level down a little bit, that would be awesome. We'll have plenty of opportunity to chat and mingle. Lots of that available. There'll be food and drinks, and you won't miss out. Don't worry. Great. Okay. So let's start off with a quick agenda overview for tonight. We have a really packed schedule, so we want to get started. We are going to kick it off with a quick MCP demo from Apify. It's going to be awesome. The team is going to be here. They're going to walk you through some of their latest tools. Then we're going to have Leadspicker here from Leadspicker come on and show some battle-tested GTM workflows. That'll be a really awesome session. we're going to have a break, or depending on how it goes, we may skip that one, and we'll go to a workshop on building a lead management agent for your CRM with n8n. So I'll be the one running that workshop, and we'll walk through it together. It'll be a step-by-step workshop. We'll build it. You'll be able to deploy it. We'll have fun. And then we'll do another workshop on Vibecoding with Apify actors, and then do a little fireside chat. And then after that, there's going to be some closing and some giveaways that we'll share with you guys. I'm really excited today that I'm joined by a great team. We have Jacob from Apify, Vlastimir from Leadspicker, Dylan from n8n, who will come up here in a second, and Dushan from Apify, and many, many other people that have made this possible. And for the amazing venue here, the folks here have been working really, really hard to set this up and make sure that we have an amazing night. So please, let's give a round of applause to everybody here who's working behind the scenes to make sure this happens. The AV crew, they're the ones who make the magic happen. Beautiful. One of the cool things that we're going to have today, there's a closing and giveaway here at the bottom. We are going to do a little giveaway. If you build with Apify today, if you go create an account, or if you have an account, you build with Apify, and if you take what you've learned, if you take what you build, and you show that to Dushan or anybody else from the Apify team, they will give you free credits, if they like it. And if you don't, if you walk away, you're not ready to build the Apify workflow, but you build it on your own at home, you can reach out to the Apify team, and they will also give you some free credits so you can go out there and use the Apify platform. And at the end, we may bring one person up on stage to share a little bit about their experience and what they've built, and let them describe it and share the fun. Now, before we begin, I'd love to invite Dylan from n8n here. n8n is one of our awesome sponsors for the event tonight, and we'll be building with their platform. So I'll let Dylan do an introduction.
Sure. What up, everybody? How you all doing today? Woo! Awesome. Just curious, who here has heard of n8n? Raise your hand. Cool. Who came for free pizza and beer? All right, cool, just checking. So my name's Dylan. I am the community manager. I do all of the events here in San Francisco about once a month. We've done hackathons, and we've done all these other events around AI agents and all that jazz. So you'll see me on the Luma pages, although we can't use Luma during SF Tech Week for some reason. But I'm going to be doing events every month going on here. So if you want to check it out, if you want to be part of the community, learn, build, and grow a part of this whole AI agent revolution, come show up to the next events. In the meantime, if you guys want to use our cloud version, this right here is available. I only have a limited amount of spots for these. I've only put, I think maybe 100 or so. So if you want a free, not free, 30% off the cloud for the year or for the month, take this and take a photo of it right now. There's probably on these screens as well. And then just one other thing to note about this is we're going to be having secret information coming out soon. Our text to workflow builder is going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And so with this code, when you get access and you sign up, very soon you're going to be able to type in ChatGPT styles and be able to build your own workflows by just communicating it like you do with ChatGPT. So if you want to get ahead, hit the ground running, use this link. If you want to hit me up, if you have something cool you want to demo, showcase, or just talk to me about something going on here, just send me an email right here. That's it. Have a happy hacking. Enjoy yourselves, take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye now.
Wonderful. Let's give Dylan a round of applause. Fantastic. And please make sure to take a picture of this. I'm gonna keep it up on screen for a second before we bring up our Apify team to kick off the evening here. Beautiful. Oh, there's gone. Okay, well, if you snooze, you lose. All right, beautiful. So we'll just let them take a minute, swap out the laptop here for the presentation. Very excited about this one. It's going to be a deep dive on MCP servers with Apify. We've all heard the talk about MCP servers, hopefully. And if not, you're about to. It's going to be a good deep dive from Jacob.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, nice. I think it's live. Okay.
Yo, mic check. Can you hear me? Nice.
Beautiful. Okay.
Glad to be here, guys. Glad to be here. So first, my question. Who here knows Apify? Raise your hand. Nice, nice. I see quite a few hands. Who actually used Apify for web scraping, web automation? Oh, nice, nice, nice. And who has ever built an actor or any tool on Apify and deployed? No hand? Oh my God. You have to deploy today. You have to deploy today. Okay, so let me introduce Apify. Apify is a full-stack web scraping and web automation platform. So we provide tools for your AI and LLM and AI agents that allow you to scrape real-time data from the internet. So if you want to scrape Instagram, TikTok data, YouTube, LinkedIn, Amazon, you name it, there's a bunch of tools, actually thousands of them on the marketplace. Some of them are maintained and developed by Apify. Most of them are developed by you, community, the builders. And it's not only that. We actually started to get traction with AI agents and MCP server. So our marketplace is also open to builders for AI agents and MCP servers. So you can actually build and deploy or use AI agents that are already on Apify platform. I will showcase that in the demo after the presentation of Apify. We also host a bunch of MCP servers. So if you have an MCP server, you can use Apify as a distribution channel and monetize your MCP server. That's actually our edge. You can actually monetize the MCP server. Not only deploy, we handle infrastructure, scaling, everything, and also the monetization aspect. If you are a builder, let me show you that there is a bunch of templates. So we can already use pre-existing templates for the tools, actors, and also MCP servers. So here is, for example, template for Python MCP server. Down there should be a TypeScript one. And also there is templates for AI agents and a bunch of stuff. Feel free to check that out. If you go to apify.com/templates, you can explore on your own. And the main point, my demo after the Apify showcase will be around MCP and Cloud Desktop. So the most important thing is here, if you go to mcp.apify.com, this is our MCP configurator tool that allows you to set up our remote Apify MCP server to use the tools. So for example, here, I already loaded a few actors. So RAG web browser, Instagram scraper, Google Maps scraper. You can explore, there's literally thousands of them. And if you go down there, there is also a bunch of helper tools like documentation if you are Vibecoding extras. My colleague Dushko will show you how to Vibecode extras after the presentation in his workshop. So if you go down there, there is actually the server URL that is pre-configured with these tools. And then there is helper buttons that allow you integrate easily with your own MCP client, VS Code, Cloud Desktop, you name it. So right now, let me show you a simple demo. It will be simple and short demo. So I have Cloud Desktop here, and it's already connected to Apify MCP server. We can see it here. We can see Apify. So let me just copy the prompt here. So this prompt basically says, hey, use Apify KiwiCom flight agent that I've built simply for this demo to find me flight from SFO to Las Vegas on 2nd of November. So right now what it does is it first searches the store for the actor. So it finds the tool on the Apify marketplace. Now it found the tool, so it found the agent that actually does the research, and it gets the information about the agent, what the agent actually does, if it's the right fit. And now it's decided, hey, this is agent actually is the right fit. So it tasks the agent with the task, hey, find me a flight from San Francisco to Las Vegas. So now what is happening on the background that the tool the AI agent is running on the Apify platform. We can see it in the console here. Here is the flight agent. So it spawned the tool that is running on Apify platform. It's managed. You don't have to handle the infrastructure. It's handled by Apify. If you are a bit technical, here is logs. You can export what the agent is actually doing. So right now, you see it scouts the Apify store for Kiwi MCP server. It found the server, and right now it's using the tool search flights on kiwi.com to actually find the flight. One thing, this AI agent is monetized. So if you deploy AI agent like this on Apify, you will earn money. So it can be your side hustle, for example. And here, it should soonly summarize the flights. So we can see there's a bunch of flights with the links on Kiwi. So if we go to the Cloud Desktop, here the Cloud Desktop summarizes the output for me. So the best deal is in the morning for $25. So if you are looking for the flight, you can use Cloud Desktop. And if I go to the link, it should redirect me to the kiwi.com website. So I can actually book the flight. Nice. So yeah, that's how you can use Apify MCP server. There is a bunch of other use cases for web scraping, web automation, but this is one of the examples. Thank you for your attention, guys.
Picture this. You are sitting in your office. It's already dark outside, winter, and you have almost no money on your bank account. Your team is hell tired, and you are the only person that knows that in just few weeks, the last bit of money is completely gone. And exactly at that moment, it's where you start getting the ideas that turn around your dying lead generation business. And this is exactly where you realize being hungry, having no resources, it's actually sometimes the best thing that can happen to you. Because if you're hungry, you gotta do something. So today, I want to show you a couple of workflows and tell you that creativity is exactly what keeps you step ahead. It wasn't always like this. You know, when we fundraised our 2 million seed round, everything seems to be fine. We hired people, we built just another outreach tool. We became Deloitte Fast 50 company, but then everything changed. COVID, war, cold mailing stopped working, you know, many of you know that feeling. So we had few options. The one option was, we're gonna build another list, tweak the message a bit, do another subject line, and just email everybody again and again. Or we're gonna build something that's going to be running in a clever way, running every day, much smarter, and something that is going to bring value to our customers every day. So we actually stopped thinking in terms of campaigns and started talking in terms of workflows. And that's why I'm really happy that we managed to partner up on this with n8n and Apify, because when you want to build something that nobody else is doing, something that give you advantage before the market catches on, you need unique data. And Apify is great for this because they have thousands of scrapers out of the box. And if you don't find what you need, you can actually vibe code something that is unique to your business, which gives you the advantage. And n8n gives you the option to iterate fast, build something very quickly, deploy, and once this stops working, you just build new and new ideas, which is very important for today's GTM engineering. So now let's go. I'll show you some battle-proven GTM workflows. These are examples of what we've built for some of our clients, some big logos like Sony, Groupon. So I hope you will like it. So the first battle-proven GTM workflow, it's actually something that I believe you don't see every day. It's because there is, and I see some known faces. There is a lot of people who who does a lot of cold outreach, automated emailing, but before we go into generating new leads for new business, let's start with the lowest hanging fruits. And this is what we always do with our customers. I believe all of you know that feeling. You open LinkedIn or just Google, and you see that your past customer or your buddy or somebody you actually want to get in touch with, it's just going to the same event, to San Francisco Tech Week, or just announced that they are launching new product, or maybe they just announced that they hire a new sales team, expanding to markets, really anything. So what do? You pick up the phone, or you just drop them DM, and boom, you got the meeting. So it works, but we all do it manually. So I want to show you today the first workflow where there's actually no outreach, because I am a big fan of automating things, but let's keep the part where humans really are good at it, which is building relationship on humans, and automate the research part where AI can go through thousands and thousands of posts, news, Facebook, Twitter, anything, and notify you when it's good time to reach out. So let's do this. For purpose of this demo, I actually built a data table, not with my customers, but with you guys. So I took the people who registered to this event. I uploaded them to the n8n data table, which is, by the way, a really cool feature. It's been launched a few days ago, so we don't need to, we don't need to do spreadsheets. We can do it directly in n8n. Of course, you could also pull it directly from your CRM system. They have everything. They have, Salesforce. They have HubSpot. You name it. But for purpose of this demo, I just took you guys and I uploaded them into a database. So yeah, then let's start. What this is going to do is that I'm going to load the list of attendees here. I asked for your LinkedIn, so we will be using the LinkedIn here. Then I'm going to pull what you've been posting about in the last couple of months. Then I go to the Apify node and I will Google what has been in news around you, about you in the recent time. By the way, with Apify you can also do Facebook, Instagram, X. You can do many more sources. I did just LinkedIn and Google News, but you can do really anything. Then I'm going to send this to I would say, I'm going to share all of this with you. I'm going to send this to GPT. For this purpose, I'm using GPT-4o. For the rest, usually the mini version is good enough. And what I'm going to do is that this prompt is going to prioritize the signals so you get notification about the one that is the most relevant. So this is going to be live demo, so let's see how it goes. Usually things breaks. So let's get it started. So now it's loading from the database. I can show you. Yeah, who is the first? Benjamin from Full and Rich. Yeah, so there is few hundred of records. Then it went to our node. It loaded many posts. So as you can see, one post, two posts, many posts. We go really deep in the history. Then it went through Google News. AI is giving answers if it found something or not. And then which is the nice thing. As I mentioned, there is no outreach. There is notification to Slack. So I'll open my Slack and see what's coming. Some signals are already in. So the first one, Benjamin from Full and Rich. Is Benjamin actually here, maybe? If not, then congrats on adding 1 million to ARR. Really good. What I would do, the thing is, if you do this on your customers, then you don't want to send them automated email like, hey, first name, blah, blah, blah. You know these people. So what I usually do is that this automation is running on the backend every day, every morning, and I get just notification to Slack. So all I do is that I click one button, I check what was the post about, so I have more context. By the way, this was not the last post because the AI prioritized that this post is more relevant for you than something else. And then, I just hit the email button, and whatever tool you're using, I just message him because I don't want to automate this part. So if I look, I was launching also this right before the demo, many more signals about people attending this event. So congrats on, or not really congrats, like it's cool that you're attending this event. That's all this information that might be useful for you to close the deal because AI is doing the research, is doing the homework, and then you are the person taking care of this. All right, so what next I did here? I said I did no outreach, but there's one thing I actually did with our node. We might be connected already with some folks here on LinkedIn. Definitely with not anybody. So this one last node here, it's actually sending all the data to Leadspicker. And then I'm enriching a couple of things. The amount of followers that you have, because this is, LinkedIn is kind of limited, so you want to prioritize on where you spend it. So I really find this smart. Then, this is a mixture of audience, and some of them are a great fit for Apify, some of them are more builders. We are great for GTM engineers. So I actually use AI, to classify who is the best fit for me, who I would like to meet and talk. And then I use our tool to check if we are already connected or not. And then this is no outreach. This is a sequence where we firstly check if this person is GTM relevant. Then we check if we are already connected on LinkedIn. If yes, I'm just sending this as a webhook to n8n as custom action because I want to update my database and know that those people attended my event, and I want to do it manually. If you are not connected, I'll send you to my connection request sequence, not automatic messaging. I just want to be connected, and then I update my n8n. So this was the first workflow without outreach, and trust me, this is the lowest hanging fruit. This is something you can deploy to your customers, and they'll see some value every day, and they know this works. Those salespeople know this works. They just don't have time to do it manually. So let's move to the second workflow. So the second workflow, let me see. Oh yeah. So again, this is something that probably, this is something you don't see every day. So this is our Groupon story. Maybe Groupon. They had some tough time. They've been, going up and down, hiring, firing, a lot of SDRs. So they hired us to automate for them GTM, lead engineering. Because salespeople, at the end of the day, they need leads. This is a really difficult business. This workflow, what I'm showing you, is very simplified version of what actually Thomas, who is here with me, Thomas, where are you, built. So the real workflow, I can maybe show you if it doesn't break anything. The real workflow, what you can actually build with n8n. Here we go. Oh, version 17. Before,
yes, it was a 17.
Yeah.
Here it's important to say that it was a next 6 different workflows that basically managing this one. So basically, this is a main, and after that there was another 6 that basically the syncing the Salesforce, that finding the people where they was already in touch with them, and many other things.
So yeah.
Pretty great stuff.
Talk to this guy, he's the smartest guy in the room, so he will troubleshoot your workflow, he's much better than me. So if you wonder what were these little leaflets, there was documentation what each node is doing, because we then handed everything to their team, and they are now running it on their own service. So what this workflow is about? Small businesses, restaurants, barbershops, hotels, we are all about identifying signals. When is the right time to reach out to them? And for this type of business, we found a couple of signals from Google Maps and from Yelp. And this is what it's going to be about. For this particular workflow, as a signal is newly established business that just opened a restaurant a few weeks, months ago, or barbershop or anything, but people love what they do. The problem here is, and also what Groupon solves, the problem here is that they have off-peak hours. And if you look at Google Maps, you can actually see what time is the busy time and what time they're almost empty. So what Tom built, let me find, oh yeah. So what Tom built, and you can try this simplified version. He built a workflow where we are going firstly to Yelp. They have official API where there's one cool thing. Whenever they add new restaurant, you can pull it directly from their API. But the problem is they don't give you the full detail, so you need to scrape it. For this, again, I used Apify. So basically, what the workflow does is that I think I can launch it. So it goes to the data table. It pulls some locations we want to scrape. Then it goes to Apify, scrapes the full page, merges all the data. There's some data transformation. Then it goes to Google Maps. We scrape the reviews. In the bigger workflow, we did everything. Facebook reviews, we look at the Instagram, anything. We visited the website, the Google News to get the email. We put so many informations in, and at the end of the day, we prepared the things for outreach, which is the last step. The pitch, I think I don't need to go deeper in the pitch, but the pitch was something like this. We noticed that you are new, like your restaurant is new, but it's already getting some traffic. People like, and then we mention exactly what most of the people like in the reviews. And we said, we looked at your Google Maps, and it looks that you are very busy on Wednesday and Thursday, but on Tuesday you might be open to do some happy hours, so we can bring some more traffic during the hours where you don't have that many people. So, and that was very simple call to action to do this, partially automated. So this was this GTM workflow, and again, the best thing is that this is not one-off thing. There are new restaurants worldwide every day, so this is automated lead gen, which is running every day, doing something for the customer every day, and the timing is just great. Now, let's go to the last one, to the last workflow. And the last workflow is, that's the story. So the last workflow is actually why most of the people are here. Because what I did was that I was listening to all the engagement around n8n and Apify in the last couple of months. And then we scrape all those posts, all the authors, we scrape all the people who engaged, we classify them if they are relevant for this event, also if they might be around, and we split them into a few batches based on if we were able to verify the email address through waterfall enrichment, and then we contacted you by mail and invited you. Who got our mail from here? Yeah, there are some people, okay? And the rest got invited directly from LinkedIn. So the workflow basically looks like this. Again, number 3. We are using Apify here. The first node is scraping the posts, getting the authors. Then the other workflow, it's taking the posts and scraping the engagement. And what we do is that for the people profiles, we enrich them and we continue in the campaign. And for engagement by companies and posts by companies, we actually run one little workflow where we try to find the CEOs, because yeah, you can't really reach out to company profile. So yeah, that's basically it. The output, again, I made just some duplicities. The outcome is here. The sequence was very simple. If GTM relevant, yes, no. If they had email, and then we split them into if you are connected on LinkedIn or not. If there is email, couple of messages, and that's it. Cool. So today I just didn't want to show you how to spam more people. I hope you saw something that is more like signal driven, and I invite you to try this out. Don't spam people, build with us, and enjoy this event. Thank you a lot. And yeah, connect with me on LinkedIn. Thank you. Okay.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick 15-minute break here. We're just a little bit fast here, so that's great. And then we'll come back to the workshop on building a lead management agent for the CRM. And then we'll see how it goes. Maybe we won't take another break. We'll try to fill that session up. And then we'll probably just go through till the very end of the show. But there are still some food left, I think. There's still some drinks. So let's give it 15 minutes, just a quick bathroom break, and then we'll come back and continue the show for tonight. Thank you so much.
One.
She's a kind of woman that leaves you feeling hypnotized. Yeah. She got a magic potion that's designed just to mesmerize. Whoa. She's a kind of woman that's gonna leave you high and dry. Check it. 'Cause she's a trouble woman. Yeah, she's a trouble woman. Trouble woman. I got a feeling in my heart she's a. I got a feeling she's a trouble woman. And she's a trouble woman. Trouble woman. I got a feeling in my heart she's a. And it's tearing me apart.
Listen, she is the kind of girl that's easy on the eye, so irresistible, she got you hypnotized. Till as she sees another man she wants to try, that's when she'll turn her back and fly. She is the kind of woman that you can't refuse. She is perfection from her head down to her shoes. So many men have tried their best to just resist. She got a real Medusa kiss. So if you wanna go a knocking on her door, you'll only be the same as all the men before. She got the kind of smile that's sweeter than a child. But don't be too surprised when she starts getting wild. She's a trouble woman. Yeah, she's a trouble woman. Trouble woman. I got a feeling in my heart she's a. I got a feeling she's a trouble woman. Yeah, she's a trouble woman. Trouble woman. I got a feeling in my heart she's a. And it's tearing me apart. She's a kind of woman that leaves you feeling hypnotized. She got a magic potion that's designed just to mesmerize. She's a kind of woman, tease you, baby, it's gonna leave you high and dry. Yeah. She's a trouble woman. Yeah, she's a trouble woman. Trouble woman. I got a feeling in my heart she's a. I got a feeling she's a trouble woman. Yeah, she's a trouble woman. Trouble woman. I got a feeling in my heart she's a. And it's tearing me apart.
flying high. You know how I feel. Sun up in the sky. You know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn and a new day and a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling dragonfly out in the sun. You know I mean, don't you know? Butterflies are having fun. You know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done. That's what I mean. In this old world, in a new world, and a bold world for me. And I'm feeling stars when you shine. You know how I feel. Scent of the pine. You know how I feel. Freedom is mine. That's how I feel. It's a new
Hey there, everyone. We're going to get started in just about 2 minutes, so please make your way back to your seats. We're going to do the long-awaited workshop of building with n8n, building a lead management agent. You don't want to miss this one. We'll take it slow and steady and build out an n8n AI agent. So please come make your way back down to the seats. We'll get started in just a minute here and get back on track. All right, we're just getting started here, everyone. Please make your way back down to the seats. Folks in the back there, if you could get seated, that would be great. I see some folks walking around. Let's make our way back down and we'll get started and continue with the show tonight. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Yeah. There's a few seats up here. There's a few seats in the middle that you guys can grab. Please make your way back down. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. You can switch over the screen. All right. Okay, let's get started. Beautiful. Whoa. All right. n8n. Awesome. Hey there, everyone. We're going to get another break later. We're going to have a lot of opportunity to chitter-chatter and meet other folks. I know a lot of you here are for the pizza or for the networking or for the drinks. I would be here for the drinks if I was you. But you will get a chance. Don't worry. But for now, I'd love to get your attention. We're going to get started on a very exciting session of building out your very first AI agent with n8n. And we'll go from the very basics into an agent that could be a simple CRM manager. Something that me and my team, we use internally at Overdrive. We're an automation studio, and we help companies automate their systems. And we automate systems internally for our team. And a lot of the workflows that we build, I'll share some of them today, very simple versions. We use them to amplify our team and make sure that our team can do more. And n8n is a very powerful automation tool and an automation platform. Dylan spoke about it earlier. If you got lucky and you snatched the code, Dylan is right here. If you didn't take a picture, go talk to Dylan. Dylan is gonna, he says no, but if you talk to him nicely, he'll do something. So go find Dylan. He may give you another code. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna walk through building with n8n from scratch, from the very basics. We're gonna first build out a simple AI agent, just with one AI agent, just to create events in a Google Calendar and pre-draft emails. And then we'll work our way up to create a multi-agent orchestration workflow like this one that can manage your CRM, manage your Google Calendar, and manage your Gmail. But we're gonna start slow. I'll walk you through all the steps here, so don't worry. We'll build together, we'll test together, and then we'll take what we've learned and we'll just build up on top of that. Beautiful. Now, I love taking questions, so there will be some folks out with microphones walking around. And there's also a QR code right there on the screen, on the sides here, that you can use to ask a question. I believe I also have it right here. Yeah, there we go. This one as well. If you have any questions, feel free to give it a scan, and you'll be able to join the conversation. And any questions, we'll pause, we'll answer them, make sure that you guys are clear and on the same page. Beautiful. Fantastic. All right. So can I get a hands up? How many of you guys already have an n8n account? Like, let's start at the very basics. Hands up. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're only like 20, 30%? Okay, well, if you don't have an account, you should have taken a picture of the code because you should go create an account. You're gonna need it. You're welcome to follow along. You're welcome to create an account right now with us live. It's a very easy process. We just open a new tab. We go to n8n.io, and at the top right, just below the new Series C raise, congratulations to n8n. Woo! We're gonna click Get Started, and we're gonna create an account with n8n. You can just fill this out with your information, and you'll create an account. I'll just slow down and pause here. Let folks that don't have accounts take the time to create one. It'll be pretty quick. And once you create an account, you start your 14-day trial. Then we'll be able to get started on the building. I hope to take you all on the journey with me. So please take a second to create an account, and we'll get going from there. Beautiful. Fantastic. Cool, I'm gonna give it just a few more seconds while folks create an account. By the way, this whole session tonight, it is being live streamed on the Apify YouTube channel. If you go to youtube.com, you search Apify, you will find the Apify channel, and this whole session is recorded. I'm seeing some people taking pictures, some people recording it, so you don't have to worry about it. We'll have it all available, and you know, we got you covered. You don't have to worry about it. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. So hopefully, folks, you have your n8n account and you've landed on the n8n homepage there. When you do land on the homepage, you can click the plus sign at the top left to create your first workflow, and you can choose where you want to create it. We have this very simple demo account. Yours will likely be just as simple. You'll probably have a personal workspace, and you can create it in your personal workspace. When you do load it, it'll look something like this, completely blank, and then we'll review this. Yeah, is that what it looks like? Perfect, fantastic. How many people are following along? Thumbs up. Yeah, we got them. We got you guys. Yeah, perfect, awesome, beautiful. Happy to see those hands. And again, if there are any questions, the QR code is available there. Feel free to put your hand up as well. We'll get somebody to walk around with a mic. You can pause me. There are no stupid questions. I may only give stupid answers sometimes, but we can talk about that after too. Beautiful. So one of the greatest things about n8n is that they have this beautiful canvas, and it's quite simple and intuitive. We'll walk through it right now together. Don't be intimidated by all the different options and buttons. I will flag that what's really cool about n8n is that it's an open source platform as well. So if you are more technical in the audience here and you want to go see what's under the hood, how it's running, you can click on the GitHub repo here and open it up and do a deep dive. They got a lot of fantastic information there. You can go geek out. It's awesome. On the n8n platform here in the builder, when you open up this page, there'll be a few sections. So on the left-hand side, you'll have your admin panel and your different settings. You generally won't be using that. At the top, you'll see there is an editor, there's executions, and there's evaluations. We'll be just in the editor section, but if you're not familiar with n8n, you can use the execution section to actually see the history of the runs that you've run. We'll look at those a little bit later when we get errors, if we get errors, or if the flow runs successfully. And evaluations, we won't worry about that tonight. We'll leave it for another day. What we're going to build today is a simple AI agent. We'll start at the basics. We'll just do an AI agent with just 2 tools, and we'll work our way up from there. With n8n, whenever you start a workflow, you add what's called a trigger. So a trigger is going to be the very first step in creating your flow, and you're usually going to need to decide what kind of trigger it's going to be. So if you click the plus sign, you're going to see this pop up on the right-hand side appear, and there's going to be many different triggers that are available for you to choose from. You can trigger things manually by pressing a start button. You can schedule it on a webhook. Like if you receive data from Apify or from Leadspicker, the enriched contact data, you can trigger another workflow to do something. You can trigger on a schedule, on a form submission. There are many, many options. We're just going to trigger it manually today, so we're just going to click this one and set it up here. The core of n8n is that n8n has different, what we call nodes, and these nodes are connected to each other. With a trigger node, the trigger node only has one connection. It just goes to the right. And so every single trigger node will always, you will not be able to connect anything on the left-hand side, and you'll only be able to continue connecting blocks on the right. The workflows run from left to right, although you can configure them up and down however you want visually, but this node will always look like this. Cool. Are we following along? We good? Yep, perfect. Great. Thumbs up. Yeah, awesome. Love it. Now we're going to add an AI agent. So with n8n, one of the really cool things about n8n that I personally love on the platform is that n8n makes it super easy to build AI agents. There are many other platforms that you can use, but I personally find them a little bit convoluted or complex. And if you're not a coder, if you're just looking to automate for your startup or automate for your business, you want something that's quick and easy. And n8n, hands down, one of the easiest ways to do it. And we're going to do it right now. You can click the plus sign to add another node, and on the n8n, on the right-hand side here in the sidebar of the available tools, you can see one of the first options is the AI grouping here. So when you click on the AI grouping, they have a lot of different AI features, from LLMs to there's different information extractors, there's all sorts of nodes that you can use. But for the purposes of this presentation, we're just going to start with the AI agent node. So if you click a plus sign, you can enter the AI nodes and select the AI agent and just drag it over and drop it in here. Beautiful. Now, this is the screen that we saw earlier with the Leadspicker presentation, the n8n screen. I'm just going to pause for a second and just explain what's going on here. On the left-hand side is the input. Every node, all the information travels from one end to the other end, right? Starts at the input, and then goes through some sort of a transformation in the center, and then it goes out to the output. And so this is exactly what's happening here. We have the input, we don't have any data yet, and then we have settings for AI agent, we'll talk about that in a second, and then we have the output. For this presentation, we are actually going to use a chat trigger that is built within an n8n to be able to trigger a workflow. And I actually think I did make a mistake. I added the manual one, but I should have added the chat trigger. So my apologies for any confusion. Let me just take it a step back, actually. Sorry, we were supposed to add the chat trigger, not the manual trigger. So just a different trigger here. Beautiful. Now we'll go back and add the AI agent. Yeah, I can do that again. You can just highlight and delete. Then you add a first step. And instead of trigger manually, my apologies, I made a mistake there. Just find the one that's on chat message. Beautiful. And folks, if you want me to repeat, just let me know, slow me down. I'll be able to go through it again. Are we following along? Is this a good pace? Yeah? Yeah, thumbs up? Yeah, perfect, lovely, beautiful. I want to make sure that you guys can learn with me and you can build your own flows, so we'll do it all together. Let's re-add the AI agent that we had and drag and drop it back into the builder. Beautiful. Okay, so we're back here. Fantastic. This AI agent is now connected to the chat node, and we'll talk about the chat node in a second and what it does and how we can trigger it. With the chat node, you actually don't need to do anything for now for the purposes of this demo. You can just leave it as it is, just don't change any settings. In the center, though, you can modify a source for the prompt. You can choose where the prompt is coming in from for the agent. You can change the user message. You can require a specific output for the model. You can enable a fallback model. Let's say, for example, this is useful if you have, let's say you have one LLM powering the agent, and then you run out of credits and you want to have a backup in case you run out of your free credits for one account, you want to use another one, right? So things like that. Now, the AI agent node has several of these things sticking out at the bottom, additional nodes that we need to add. The mandatory most important one is the chat model. So the chat model is the brain of the agent. It's the LLM that you want to use to power the agent. Without the LLM, this thing is not going to work. So you're going to need an LLM, and you guys can pick and choose whichever one you would like to use. For the purpose of this demo, I'll just open up and use a model that we're all familiar with, ChatGPT, OpenAI, and pick it from the right-hand side here. Beautiful. Cool. I already have an API key that I've used. For folks that don't have an API key here, I don't expect you to go ahead and necessarily create one. But let me, you can go to platform.openai.com and create an API key. Alternatively, let me just share a QR code and you can get one from us. Give me 1 second here. I didn't actually open it. Can you freeze the screen for a second? Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just going to open up the QR code here and make sure you guys get it. There we go. Beautiful. just make sure this is all good before I share it back up.
Just so you know, it has it for free for OpenAI.
Yeah, so it does as well. Yes, that's true. But let me just, in case you guys do want to use a key, we can give it to you. Beautiful. Can you reshare the screen, please?
You can just like random all day.
Yeah, you can do that as well. So we do have, let me just share that back up. So we do have a QR code that you can scan here. It'll take you to a Google Doc page. You may want to send it to yourself. We have a free demo API key that we can use and add a credential right now. So feel free to just use our API key. You guys don't have to go and create one. We'll just guide you through the process. Beautiful. Cool. Just gonna keep it for a second here. And this will open up a Google Doc, so just send the document to yourself and then you can copy and paste the API key into the workflow. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna leave it on for a few more seconds, but you got the QR codes out there. If you wanna do a final scan, please take out your phone and do the scan before I continue. Lots of QR codes tonight. Are we getting it? Yeah? Yeah, thumbs up, perfect. Beautiful. Fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna assume that we all got our QR code here. So you can take the QR code that was provided, you can highlight the API key and copy it. We're going to use that API key shortly here. We're going to create a new credential. And all you're going to do is you're going to paste your API key right here in the API key field, whatever it is. You can rename the account to the top. You can just click on the name and just rename it to whatever name you want for the API key. SF Tech Week API key or something. And then you can just click save and you'll have the credential ready to go. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to give it a second just so we can use the agent and you guys can follow along. Cool. How are you feeling? Good? Do we manage to save the credential? Is the API key connected? Yep. Yeah. The guys without the laptops going, yeah, in the back. We did it, of course. What about the folks with the laptops? How are you feeling? We good? Yeah? Perfect. Okay, great. Okay, I'm going to close that and just use the API key that I already have. A part of the chat model, a very important piece, is you're going to need to select which model you want to use for the agent. There are many, many models that you can pick from, and there's like a huge list of all of the OpenAI models. So you want to just, there's many different reasons for you to choose one model over another. For the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to pick 4.1 mini. It's a small model, it's a quick model, it'll perform fast. It's not the best performing model in the market right now, but it'll be more than enough for the demo that we want to do. If you were to pick another model like GPT-5, GPT-5 has a thinking option, so you'll actually find the performance will be a little bit slower for some queries with GPT-5 than with GPT 4.1 mini. So we can actually test that later and just see the difference in performance and how fast it'll respond. Beautiful, okay. So we got the brain set up for the AI agent. We got the AI agent itself, and we got this chat node. When we added the chat node, it actually created at the very bottom, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but it's like just below the orange open chat button here at the bottom, there is now a small bar, like a teeny tiny bar, and it says chat. If you click on that, it's going to open up the chat and the logs for you to see. Beautiful, yeah? You're seeing some nodding, perfect. This is a built-in chat within n8n, how you can test the bot. The use case for this is when you build an automation, it's really useful to just test it out within n8n, And then you can swap out that trigger, this chat trigger here, you can swap it out for anything else, like a Slack trigger, a Teams trigger, a WhatsApp trigger. The use case that we have for some of our clients is they have a WhatsApp agent that they can just chat with and perform tasks, right? So, but for the purposes of this demo, we'll just work with a simple chat that's built in n8n. We're not gonna worry about any other integrations, but it's very easy to do. You just swap out the node. If you want some guidance, I can come to me after and I can share it with you. Beautiful. So the AI agent is there, the brain is connected, we got the chat, so you can actually ask it your first question. How are you? My name is Georgie. Let's do an introduction. So there we go. I pasted into a chat, it ran from the left to the right, it went down into the chat model, came back up, and then it responded to me. So we got a response, we got some life, okay? Something's going on. It said, hello, Georgie, I'm doing well, thank you. How can I assist you today? Cool, okay. We got the first step, it's now communicating to us. This is the starting point. Now, with this agent though, there's two other important pieces that we didn't add. The memory and the tool, they're currently blank. The memory allows the agent to remember conversations, remember things that it did. We'll talk about that in a second. The tools are things that the agent can do. So very simple. We don't have anything right now, so it can't do anything. And if we actually ask it another question, because it has no memory, it's not even going to remember what my name is. And I just told it in the last chat. So I can ask it, what's my name? And as it is right now without memory, it says, I don't have access to your name based on our conversation so far. How can I assist you today? So it doesn't know who I am. It already forgot it. It has no idea. So memory is going to be very important. We're going to want to add that next. With n8n, they make it super easy to add memory. You can just press add, and they have a simple memory storage within n8n. No credentials required. If you're a more advanced user, you can also create your own storage within Pinecone or other databases that you can pull in data from. But for the purpose of this demo, just to keep it simple, we're just going to use a simple memory. You can just click on it, and that's that. In the simple memory, it's already connected to the previous node. We can see that right here. And at the bottom, it says context window length. How many past interactions the model receives as context. So what this number means is how many past conversations with you it will remember. So if I tell my name and we have a long chat and 5 chats later, I ask it what my name is again, it'll forget it. So you may want to increase your window length a little bit higher up. I don't know, it depends on the use case that you want. You may want 5, you may want 10, you may want 20. You can also build more robust memory, but this is just a sample of what we can do here. Beautiful. Okay, so we save that. So now if we do the same, if we just copy and paste the same request that we did before, I say, hey there, how are you? My name is Georgie. Okay, and had the same message. It's doing well. And now if I ask it again, what's my name? This time, it's going to respond. Your name is Georgie. How can I help you today? Cool. Okay, so now it remembers me. So we got another big step out of the way. Yep, there's a question there. Can we get a mic for this person over here? Sorry. Do you want to just share your question? I can just share it.
Are there any implications for how long to make that memory, like in terms of speed or cost? What's the goal to limit it? What are the implications for the life of the memory?
So are there any implications of how long this memory is for the speed or the cost? Basically, how do you make a choice around which memory to use, correct? Yeah, perfect. Great question. Fantastic. For this demo case, we're just going to use a simple memory because it's built in within n8n. It's included in the plan. There's no additional cost. It can store simple things, and that's all we need to test it. When you do want to build out more robust memory, then that depends on the use case. You may want to store every single interaction in a thread and make sure that you can then go back and search through all the interactions and see the full history. You can build that out with other solutions. And the cost would depend on which tools you use. Some tools are cheaper than others. Many of them have trials, depending on the volume. For example, Pinecone has, I believe, 1,000 requests free or something like that. There's different tools, different storage systems have different tiers. that you can use. This one's just free, so that's why we're using it. So fantastic. Cool. Okay. So we can chat. It remembers us, but it can't do anything yet. So all those fantastic Apify actors that we saw earlier for the MCP agent, this is where they would go. They would go here as a tool you can add to your agent and deploy it. So we're going to do something very, very simple, just dead easy. We're just going to add something to create Google Calendar event and to draft emails for us. I do that a lot. Sometimes, I want to meet somebody for a coffee, and I'll say, draft an email, book an event and draft an email and invite my friend Rafael for a coffee. I do that all the time. So that's something that I would use myself. So we're going to add a first tool. Adding tools is almost exactly like adding other nodes. You click on it, it'll open up the right sidebar. And we're going to do the Google Calendar nodes. You can type in Google Calendar and click on the Google Calendar tool. And the default node that appears is going to be to create an event in Google Calendar. Beautiful. I already have a Google Calendar connected. It is a demo calendar that I have. If you would like to connect your Google Calendar as well, you can click the drop-down. You can click Create New Credential, and you can click Sign In with Google. This will bring up a pop-up where you will need to authenticate. There we go. You can choose your email, authenticate, give it the right permissions, and off we go. Beautiful. So I'll let folks that want to do it take a second to do it. We're going to do the same thing for the Gmail one in a second, but we'll just do this for Google Calendar. Beautiful. Okay. Thumbs up, thumbs down. How are we doing? Did I lose anybody? It's always the folks in the back without the laptop being like, yeah, thumbs up, I got this. Great energy. Beautiful. Okay, so we have this Google Calendar tool, and in the center there's a lot of different settings. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm just going to walk you through all these settings, what they mean, and then they're basically the same from node to node. It's just the bottom changes slightly depending on the settings of the integration. So first, the tool description. This tool description can be created automatically or it can be set manually, and the tool description tells the agent what the tool will do. So the way the agent will select the tool, it'll look across your list of tools that you have, and it'll say, okay, this tool's description is that this is a tool to create events. It'll pick that tool. And then you can just let it be set automatically, so you don't even have to worry about touching this. You just leave it as it is, don't change it unless you're doing something different. In Google Calendar, there are different resources. So there's event calendar, or custom API calls. We're going to want to keep it at event, and we're going to want the operation to be create. You can delete, you can update, you can do many other things from the drop down here, but we're just going to want to create an event for now. You'd probably want to select one calendar where you want to add those events. You can also let AI pick, but it gets a little bit confusing, so we won't get into that too much. But for now, for the demo, just pick one calendar where you want to add all of the events. I'm just going to pick my main calendar that I got. And then n8n has already pre-populated the start and the end time. By default, the events are for 1 hour, and it's the event by default starts now, and it ends in 1 hour. So if I run this automation now, it will actually work. I can ask it, can you create an event for coffee tomorrow with Rafael at 5 p.m. And this thing, when I click it to run, is going to think. The message got sent, the agent thought for a bit, it saved something in memory, recorded the request, and it created an event, supposedly. And when I go check, I will see that the event was not actually created for tomorrow 5 p.m. It started now, and it's in the next hour. So, and there's no title. So this thing's kind of broken right now. We can't really use it. But we're going to fix it. I'm going to click back in the agent here, in the tool, and we see the start and the end time. This has been preset, as I said, for an hour. We're now going to let the agent choose what time it should be. In n8n, you can let an agent choose what time it should be by clicking this diamond option in the right. It says let model define this parameter. And so what actually happens behind the scenes is they have this. Are we familiar with JSON objects? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, great, fantastic. Thumbs up, yeah, nods, perfect. I know I'm in SF. There's a JSON object with all of these different options. There's descriptions for each JSON object, and whichever one can be automatically set, the tool just automatically populates that parameter. Beautiful. So we're gonna wanna click this, and we're gonna wanna click the end time as well. I'm gonna keep the default reminders, but there was one other issue that happened in my event. I don't know how many people caught that, but there was no title, even though I asked it to create a coffee with Raphael. And the reason it didn't create a title is because we didn't give it a permission to create a title. So for every single tool, there is a set of basic must-have options at the top, and then there are additional fields, which are often optional or preset that you need to modify. And title happens to be one of those optional fields. So we're gonna need to add a field, and okay, this is the most confusing thing about this Google Calendar node. I don't know why they call it that, like where Google Calendar calls it that, but they call the title the summary. Does not make sense, don't ask me why, just it's completely stupid. But you gotta click summary, and then you click the diamond thing again, and now it'll actually generate a title. And we can pick other fields too, like I wanna be able to change attendees. I want to be able to add a description. I want to be able to change the location. I want to be able to, what else do I want? That's enough for now. Okay, cool. So we did that. If you guys want to just add those parameters as well, you're welcome to, just as you follow along. I added attendees, description, location, summary, just 4. Cool. Now, when I rerun this text, yeah, beautiful. By the way, if anybody's having difficulties, we got Dylan over here, so he just raise your hand. Dylan can walk over, help you troubleshoot this stuff, and he'll walk you through it.
Raise your hand if you want me to come over.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, there's some folks over there. Beautiful. Okay. Dylan's gonna make his way out. Also, feel free to raise your hand, and I can slow down. I can repeat certain things. If there's something that you guys missed, I can do it again, because I don't know if Dylan can get over to 10 people at the same time, but I can definitely do it on the screen here. Beautiful. Anybody want me to repeat anything? Sorry, question in the back there, I didn't hear it. Sure, the memory again? Yeah. Yes. So this one right here, so I'm just gonna delete it, I'm gonna re-add it. Just click on the plus sign here. It'll open up the memory bar on the right hand, on the right tab, and you just click on the simple memory. You don't need to change anything here. You can keep it as it is, and you just click out, and it's connected. Sorry? Bad request with an n8n? Oh. Sorry, it's what? Okay, so we'll talk about that in a second. Great point. So some folks are already running the workflow, and they're getting a challenge, so we're gonna talk about that in a second. Great question. One of the folks said here, I just ran it and my event got created a year before. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, I see a few more nods. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. So let's do this again. So we're gonna run it. We're gonna create another event for Coffee with Raphael. And what the hell happened here? Oh, I didn't add an attendee. It tried to add Raphael as an attendee, and it didn't. So here, you will actually need to add an email. You can also remove attendee and make it optional. Beautiful, now it's created. So this may be a mistake that people are having. Cool, now when I go and take a look, when I look at the event, oh, I don't see an event here, as somebody pointed out. It got created last year. And if I actually go in the date and I take a look at it, and the date over here on the right, if folks can see it, it says start 2024-06-25, and the end is also 2024-06-25. Why did the model create an event last year in June? Does anybody have an idea? Why would that have happened? It was great. Okay, so somebody just said it was trained in 2024. That's the cutoff date. Perfect response. The model was trained in 2024. It's just around the cutoff date. So the model thinks it's still 2024. So we're actually going to need to rerun this again, and we need to specify the model what date we want it to create the coffee with Raphael for. Or give it context around what date it is today. So we actually don't have to tell it. I can just give it context on what date it is today. I can say today is October 11, 2025. Now, if it runs again, beautiful, we got an event. It's right here, and if I go to tomorrow, we're gonna see Coffee with Raphael tomorrow at 5 p.m. And my friend Raphael has been invited to a coffee. There we go. Beautiful. Cool. So if you run that test again, it should work for you. And if it doesn't, put your hand up. Dylan is right there. Dylan can help walk you through it.
Is there a way to account for that without having to specify what day it is? It just kind of knows potentially.
Yes. So the question was, is there a way to specify that so the model just knows contextually without having to do this every chat? Yes, you can. When you create the AI agent, you can actually change the prompt. You can define the prompt below, put it in the prompt, and then use that instead. So right now we just let the input from the chat is what gets added, but we can change this, and we can tell it for all requests, or just for your information, today is, you can actually use the now node. You can add an expression and just do now. It's undefined. 1 sec. It's you can just tell it it's today, and that'll be it. Today is October 11, 2025, and then you can actually feed in the previous context. So we lost the context that we had, but the context is available on the left-hand side. Any data from a previous node is always available on the left-hand side, and you can always pull it into the agent. So here we have the chat input, so you can just pull the chat input and just add it in here. And if before what we had was just this JSON input, now we have some additional context that the agent can use. And all this data can also be changed, dynamically generated, and what have you. You can pass different contexts to different agents, and you make sure you fix those problems. Cool. Beautiful. Cool. All right, so we created an event, but I also want to send Raf an email, and I want to let him know that, hey, we got a coffee tomorrow, you got to show up. So we're going to add another tool. We just did Google Calendar. We're going to add Gmail. Going to click on the plus sign again. Same thing as we did with the Google Calendar. We're just going to look for a different one. We're going to look for Gmail. Pick out the Gmail tool. And again, at the top, the first line is authentication with the credential. We're going to want to authenticate and connect with a new credential. And again, you click sign in with Google, and voila, the page pops up, and you can log in with your preferred Gmail account. I'll give folks a second to do that, just so you can catch up there. And if anybody wants me to rewind or do anything again, just feel free to put your hand up. Dylan is right there with his hand. He's free right now. He's available to help. Put your hand up and Dylan will come by and help out. There we go. There's a few folks in the back there. Beautiful. Is this useful so far, guys? Yeah, are we learning? Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah, a few thumbs up. Hoping to see a few more. Well, I guess we're not all coding. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to assume that we have managed to successfully authenticate into Gmail, hopefully. Yeah, hearing a few yes. Okay. I'm just gonna leave and just go back. So make sure to select the Gmail account that you just created. So I'm just gonna select my demo account here. As before, we're gonna keep the tool description. We're gonna let it be set automatically. We're not gonna touch it. Don't even worry about it. And then notice how below for this node, the information is different. We don't have time, we have a few other fields. These fields change with every node. So there's a resource, which are different resources as defined by Gmail. And there's message, label, draft, thread. For the purpose of this demo, I'm not gonna send any emails or messages. I'm just gonna draft them. So I'm gonna create the draft resource to create drafts. Gmail gives you the ability to pre-create drafts. If you're starting off with an automation, you're just testing it, you don't yet have the confidence to just let it go crazy. You can create the draft. You can create drafts in your email instead. I'm seeing a hand there way at the back. I'm not sure if that's a question or is that for Dylan? That's a question? Question? Yeah, great. Can we get a mic there in the back? Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to hear it. Whereas, thank you so much. Well, Steve, if you can get a mic in the back there, that would be fantastic.
What is the question?
Okay, beautiful. Just give it a second there. She's getting a mic.
But I just need a help.
Okay.
I'm Vivian. I'm just having trouble getting on this page. Sorry.
On this page? Sorry, which page exactly? If you're having trouble to getting on this page, I think Dylan can come by and help you because we may have gone. Dylan's a superstar today. He's just going to come in and help you guys troubleshoot. I think we've gotten quite far here. I'm probably not going to go back all the way in the beginning, but if you're stuck way behind, Dylan is out there. If I lost you in the beginning, then Dylan can come and help. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, I think somebody else there has a question, I'm being told. Can I get a hand up? Who there has a question in the back? Yeah, I see the hand. There's a gentleman there. Can we get a mic over to him as well, please? Oh, he has a mic. Perfect, go ahead. Oh, nope, not working. Is the button on the mic? Yeah, all right. Okay, I think give it a second.
There we go.
Perfect.
Just a quick question.
Oh, yep.
There we go. Are we able from like emails or text and get the date and time from an email or text, or do we have to always input it?
So the question was, if I heard you correctly, is that do we have to give the date and time every single time we do an email or a text, or does the agent just define it and know how to do it?
Basically, can we scrape text to pull that date and time from an email or a document?
Yes, you can pull it from the email, and you can give the agent parameters on what date and time it should use. You can also let the agent decide. So there's many different options depending on what you're trying to do. For things like email, if you tell it to send it out, you can give the option to schedule. You need to specify when to schedule. And other than that, if there's no context, then it'll just pick its own date and time. But you can add context for the agent on what date it is today in the prompt.
Oh,
beautiful.
Thank you.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to draft the Gmail as well. We're going to add a Gmail tool and draft an email as well, in addition to the Google Calendar. Oh, there's another question? Oh, yeah, okay, another question. Okay. Sorry, I can't see you guys behind the holes there.
Okay, no question. Sorry for interruption.
Oh, no question. Okay, all right. Again, folks, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. There's a QR code on the side there, and we have Dylan out there helping folks out with the n8n setup. So if you have anything, if you're lost, just feel free to raise your hand, and Dylan will come by. Cool. Okay. I'm going to go back to the Gmail agent. I'm going to continue building. We're almost done here. I would love to finish this one and then get to the other really cool CRM manager. So we're just gonna click again on the Gmail, and open this back up. We didn't finish this one, so I'm going to get back in here and finish building out this one. We're going to want to change the resource from a message to a draft, because we only want to draft emails. I don't want to send anything right now. I'm not even confident in this thing. We're building it on the fly. I don't want to spam Raphael, so I'm going to do all my testing with draft messages. Generally, as a best practice, I actually recommend you, when you start sending out or pre-drafting communication, to create drafts, review them, and then send them out. Generally, don't let your agent just automatically go out there and send things out. Generally, as a best practice, when working with agents, you want to give the agent the ability to read, rarely write, if you are familiar with those concepts. Ability to take in data, but rarely take action on that data unless you are really confident in what's going to happen. Okay, cool. So we're going to create a draft, and then for the email, we're going to need to set a subject and a message. There's two options here, and as we do the Google Calendar, we're actually going to let the agent decide what those should be. So we're just going to click on the diamonds here again on the right. We're going to let the model define this parameter again. Just click on that, and the model's going to define the parameter for you. Very simple. Cool. And as with Google Calendar, there's other options that are available below, other properties. So you can add an option. You can add attachments, BCC, CC, to email, send replies to. I'm going to add a to email because I want to be able to send an email to somebody. And I'm going to want to CC people. So I'm going to add a CC, and I'm going to add that as well. Cool. Going to pause here for a second. Are we following along? How are we feeling? Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up. Yeah, folks in the back there, are we thumbs up or are we thumbs down? How are we feeling? Did I lose anybody there? Yeah, thumbs up, good, okay. Beautiful. Awesome. Cool, okay. So now that we've added this Gmail tool, we're gonna try to run this agent again, but we're actually gonna ask it, oh, no, we don't wanna do that. We're gonna ask it to create a coffee Monday with Raphael and enter overdrive.com. Oops, accidentally. Monday with Raphael at 5 p.m. Not great English. And also, I'm going to ask it to draft an email to Raphael. Oh, and also draft an email to Raphael and invite him for the coffee. It might still remember that I'm Georgie, but we're more than 5 messages out, so probably not. So let's see. I'm going to answer this prompt now. It's thinking. By the way, when you're running your agent, in the center, you get logs. So you can actually see the step-by-step process of what happened and where the data got sent. So in the center here, I can see the chat message was received. I can actually click on it to see what I sent, and I can see what went to the agent. I can see what got stored in the memory. I can click on the chat model to see what I sent. I can click on the Google Calendar event. I can see any information for any of this node and anything that I did just in the center of the console here. Cool. And then now, if I go back to my Google Calendar, we have a coffee with Raphael Monday, as asked. Location TBD. Perfect. And let's go check our email. Let's see the drafts. We got a coffee invitation for a meeting with Raphael. It's pre-drafted. His email is in there. It's ready to send. Yeah, cool. This looks awesome. Yeah, let's send this. Okay, off it goes. Raphael's gonna get a coffee. Beautiful. Fantastic. So there we go. So we just pre-drafted. We had the agent, we just asked it with one request to create a Google Calendar event and an email, and it just did it. Fantastic. Beautiful. Okay. Now, the beauty of this is that we can keep adding tools to do more things. And we don't have to stop there. And you can add up to 40 tools before performance starts to degrade. Generally, after 40 tools, you'll see the models start like hallucinating a little bit and performance will start to degrade. It won't be as good. When you're building out larger scale models, what you generally want to do as you're growing the amount of tools that you use is to break down the main agent, turn that into what's called an orchestrator agent, and add sub-agents. What's an orchestrator agent? An orchestrator agent is an agent that decides which other agents to use. It orchestrates and commands other agents. And those other agents become specialized with tools. So you can go from having a single agent to a multi-agent orchestration system. And what we're going to build out together actually right now for a CRM manager, which will follow along, is this target result. We're going to take it slow, don't worry. It'll be very simple. And we're going to create some sub-agents, and we're going to add a few additional tools for Gmail, Google Calendar, integrate a CRM, and play around with this thing. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to take a step back to our agent. You're welcome to save this, by the way. If you already have this, you can just save this, keep it as a copy. You now have a simple AI agent that you can play around with. It's your first AI agent. Congratulations. I'm now going to show you how to take this single agent and turn that into multiple agents that do multiple tasks. We're going to take it a step up from here. Are we feeling good, guys? Did I lose anybody yet? Yeah? Thumbs up, thumbs up? Yeah, beautiful. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to unlink these, but I'm going to keep these ones that we created. I'm just going to move them down. Beautiful. When you want to create, when you want to grow your agent and create sub-agents, in n8n, you can actually click the plus sign under the tools, and you can just search up AI agent, and there'll be an AI agent tool. So this AI agent tool is actually it's just an AI agent, like the one we just did, but it's a tool for another agent to use. And we're going to change this. We're going to call this a Gmail agent. I'm going to make one for Gmail first. We're going to just give it a simple description. I'm actually going to change it to sub-agent. This AI sub-agent manages the Gmail integration. It can perform tasks in Gmail. Beautiful. And we're going to let the user define the prompt. So as before, just click on the triangle and let the model define it. Generally speaking, if you see a triangle, you just click on it and let the model define it. Cool. Okay. So this one looks a little bit different than the agents that we have built before. So these are all like circular in the small nodes that are tools. And this thing is like another agent below an agent. And you can have multiple of these agents, but we'll just start with one Gmail sub-agent. And notice how with this sub-agent here, you also need to add, a chat model. It also asks you for memory and asks you for more tools. So we're going to do the same process again. We're going to add the chat model. Every agent and sub-agent needs a chat model. So we're going to add another one. We're going to add another OpenAI model. I'm going to keep my good old GPT 4.1 mini, and I'm going to save. Beautiful. Okay. Now for tools, we have already created this Google Gmail create a draft tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to connect this tool here. I'm going to click the plus and just drag it to the tool, and it'll get linked up. And if I open it up, it's already linked up. I don't have to worry about creating it again. Just reorganizing some things here. Beautiful. Let me see what we wanted to do. I want to be able to create a draft, reply to a message in thread, get drafts in Gmail. Okay, let's do that. So this agent is just going to do a bunch of Gmail tasks. So we're going to click the tool again. We're going to search up Gmail again, and just pick something else. So this time it opened up send a message in Gmail. we can send a message, sure. There's many other resources. You can send a message, you can get a message. Let's send a message, sure. We're also gonna just pre-populate the values again, let the agent decide. So very similar, we're just repeating what we did before. I'm not gonna worry about the parameters for now. We'll just speed run through this and fix errors as they come along. Cool. Okay, we wanted to send a message. And then what else do we want it to do? Let's do another Gmail tool. We wanted to do multiple things in Gmail. We wanted to also get drafts, sure. And actually we're gonna need to, get drafts. And there's a draft ID, we're just gonna let it define that as well. Okay. And then in Gmail specifically, you also need to get a list of all drafts. So I'm just gonna add another one for draft. And I'm just gonna do the get many option. And I'm gonna let it return, let it decide how many to return. Cool. Beautiful. Do I have any drafts? Okay, cool. So we can ask it, we'll test it out in a second. Okay, so there we go. We have our first Gmail sub-agent. It's got 4 tools. That's a pretty good start. It can do 4 things, okay? It only does things in Gmail. We've isolated it. It only does things in Gmail, okay? That's great. So we're gonna highlight this. And we're just gonna drag it over a little bit to make some more space for other agents. This thing is now being built out. Look at that. There's quite a bit going on out here. I'm gonna keep building it out. Now, we're also gonna expand our Google Calendar agent that we build, and instead of just one tool, we're gonna add a bunch of other tools. So, at the top here for your AI agent, the original one, the orchestrator, you can actually click on it and rename it, just so you can track it a bit better. The orchestrator, you can click on the tool, and you can create another AI agent. And we're gonna call this the Google Calendar sub-agent. This one will be just for Google Calendar. We're gonna give it a random description. And I'm gonna let the agent set the prompt again. So we're just repeating the same thing we just did with the other one, again and again. We'll get a hang of it. It's very simple, and you just do the same thing over and over. Beautiful. So we're gonna drag it again next to this one. Just as we just did with the Gmail sub-agent, we need to add a brain. Same thing again. Gonna go back to OpenAI, find the OpenAI model, select the right account, make sure you have the same model. Bingo. Okay. And as we did with the Gmail one, we're gonna add the tool. So we have this Google Calendar one saved. We can now drag it over and connect it. And we may want to add other Google Calendar actions. So let's add another tool. For the sub-agent, click the plus sign. Search for Google Calendar. And pick something else. I wanted to be able to, let's see, update events. Is that a good one? Sure. Let's get events first, sorry, actually. That'll be easier to manage. We're gonna, I need to select the right account. Load from the list. And we are gonna want to, for selecting Google Calendar events, we're actually gonna want the agent to select any event, well, in my case, just for testing, any event that happens from today onward. I don't care about past events. I don't care whatever happened in the past. The past is the past. So I'm gonna keep this now, but what I'm gonna do here, we're gonna let the before be defined by the monitor. So the after is, the event date must start after now, which is October 11th, and it must end before this date, but it's only set to a week. So we're going to let the agent define how many it should look through. I'm going to limit it to 50 events, just for the sake of the demo. Let it just pull 50. Beautiful. And then we're also going to want to update events. So we can only create events, but I want to be able to update an event. What if I made a mistake and I want to let the agent update an event that I have? It's going to go back, and instead of create, we're just going to get update. So everything you want to do, you need to create a different tool. So that's kind of the painful thing, but you just do it again and again and again, and you connect all of those tools. Again, MCP servers are useful because MCP servers already have a collection of tools. So Apify, it's great for you to use the MCP servers that you have there because you already have a bunch of tools that you can use. You don't have to manually connect them. And for event ID, we're just going to let it set the event ID. And we are going to let it edit, let's see, what options do we want? The summary. Let's let it update the attendees. Actually, no, it's going to be, we're not going to get into that, sorry. Delete that. And description, we'll just keep it simple for today. Summary and description, beautiful. I'll just do those two. And then we can actually test it out now. So we've added this, and we can say, oh shoot, I made a mistake. Can you rename coffee with Raphael to lunch with Raphael? Gonna let the agent go out there, think. Oh, it's hallucinating a little bit. Node executed. It for some reason decided to go into the Gmail sub-agent, so it got lost. Beautiful. So it found the event, Coffee with Raphael, is originally scheduled for October 12th. Would you like me to rename this event instead? Yes, rename the event and keep the time the same. Beautiful. Node executed. Oh, it actually failed to find this one. Let's see. It should have pulled the information. Oh, I see. It didn't pull. It didn't find the right event. Yeah, okay. Let's give it actually another try. Give me a list of events in the next 2 days. Okay, so it does see the coffee. Yes, please rename it. It's not storing the ID, so it's not renaming the event. Okay, let's check now. Now it's been renamed. So there's some troubleshooting that needs to be done sometimes. The model sometimes will hallucinate. This is something that as you build out agents, you'll learn how to troubleshoot, but sometimes it just goes down the wrong path. The way to solve that is with better prompting and better guidance for the agent. We're just doing this for a simple demo, so sometimes it may hallucinate a little bit and go off course, but the purpose here is just to show you guys a demo of how it works at a high level. Beautiful. Cool. So I want to make sure we all have time to get a break here before our next session, and we're just coming up to the end here. I'm going to quickly build out the remaining pieces on my own. I'm going to show you guys how to connect it to a CRM, and you're welcome to follow along, but I don't require you to integrate any CRM or have a CRM or do anything. And Dylan's still here if you guys want to get any support. I'm going to show you how to take this a step further and how to connect it to your CRM so you can search contacts in your CRM, search organizations, pre-draft emails, send them calendar invites. In this demo here, I had also created a sub agent, this is a big one, where I connected Pipedrive. So you'll see I created a bunch of different nodes here. I created a search a person, create an organization, update a person, update an organization, create a deal, get deals, create notes. If you're familiar with Pipedrive, you'll know this is how the CRM is set up. They have organizations, they have people, you can add notes, you can pull data that is available and whatnot. So we're just going to copy this over, or actually we can just use this existing agent and just use it as it is. And we can ask it a different question. We can ask it if somebody is in the CRM. So let's check if is Pinecone in my CRM. Pinecone is not currently in my CRM. Would you like to add it for you? Well, I don't really have an email for Pinecone, but let's see, yes. I'd like to add, I don't know anybody from Pinecone, but let's say there's a Bob at Pinecone. And I think Pinecone it's .com.io. I don't recall. And we're just going to let it add Bob at Pinecone.io. It's going to think, it's going to find the tools, look at it working. Yes, I do want to add. Beautiful. Okay, so now it did create it. He added Pinecone to the CRM and added Bob with the email bob@pinecone.io as a contact. So we can actually check that now. And I can go and search and see if bob@pinecone.io, yep, bob@pinecone.io got added to my CRM. So Bob is right here. Cool. Now, what if I want to also pre-draft an email to Bob? Okay, great. Can you also draft an email to Bob and invite him to a call at 3 p.m. on Monday? On Monday, October, what is it, 13th, 2025? Let's run this thing as well. It's going to think. It's now using the other ones. We already created Bob, so it's going out there using these other sub-agents. It ran through it, and it says it drafted an email, so we can go back and check. And there we go. And beautiful. So we have an email here. So how you would use something like this is this multi-agent workflow is if you have a CRM, if you have a Gmail, if you have a Google Calendar, if you have a team that you're managing, you can actually integrate this into your Slack channel here. You can change this one node for your Slack node, and you will have a Slack agent, a very simple Slack agent, that will be able to manage your CRM, send emails, and book calendar events. Awesome. How are you feeling, guys? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Was that helpful? Did we learn something today? Yeah? I'm seeing some nods. Beautiful. Cool. Is this helpful for you guys? Do you think this would be a cool thing to have? Yeah? Perfect. Cool. Beautiful. Okay. This is it for the demo today, guys. If you enjoyed it, if you want to learn more, we do run, not this QR code this time, we do run a community at Overdrive for people who are learning how to build automations. We share templates, we share resources, cool news. We do n8n and other automation tools as well. So if you do want to join the community, you can scan this QR code here, sign up, and you can chat with me and other engineers in our team, and we'll help guide you through any automations you guys want to build. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sticking through this 90 minutes. You guys have been a really awesome and patient audience. We're going to take a short break, and then the rest of the evening is going to be a little cooler. We're going to do a little side chat and wrap it up shortly here. So we'll just do a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and reunite. Awesome. Thank you. Hey there, everyone. Please make your way back to your seats. We're just going to wrap up this here. We have one more presenter. This will be a quick and fun demo of how you can vibe code certain things. We'll answer a few of your questions, and then we'll continue from there. So folks in the back there, if you want to make your way down to the seats, that would be awesome. We'd love to finish up the show here and share a few more cool things, and then call it a day from there. Beautiful. Awesome. Great. Folks in the back there, if you want to make your way up, that would be awesome. We'd love to get you guys out here as well. We have a few questions left, so I'll walk through them right now. Cool. Beautiful. Okay, all right. So we have a few questions that have come on. Question number 1 from Saloni. I'm not sure where Saloni is. How to create a workflow to scrape email IDs and automate lead gen for reaching out to YouTubers for marketing. I believe this is probably a question for Leadspicker. Do you want to quickly answer that?
Yeah, I can try this out. So guys, if you want to automate something like this, then the first thing that I would do is to try to do it manually first and understand what are these steps, and then you can use Apify for the data source and n8n to automate it. For this particular one, I would look into the creator description in the About section. Sometimes you can find the information and handlers from different data sources, social networks in comments. Basically, I would scrape everything. Description, about, comments. Usually you can find their hashtags to LinkedIn profile, Twitter, website, to the website of the YouTuber, creator, and then you can scrape all of that to get the information. So basically I would do exactly what you would do manually, but I would just use some nodes in n8n and Apify probably. What do you think?
Cool. Yeah. Probably, yeah. Depends on the use case too. Okay, LinkedIn has a limit to a number of messages one can send. Have you been able to get around it or not? Generally speaking, you're limited. If you go too much above that, you may get flagged, so recommendation is not to do that. And another fireside question here. How do you pull date and time from text, email, or document and add it to the calendar? So this is probably a question about the AI agent earlier that we were talking about. If whoever asked this question, Ty, if you want to come talk to me, I can do a demo later on as well, but you can actually create a tool to extract information from email or feed the information into the agent, and then the agent can query that. So if you have more information on the use case, come talk to me. I can walk you through exactly how to do it. Awesome. And there's a comment from Dylan here as well.
I have someone's wallet here. I have someone's wallet over here. Just a heads up, is this anybody's wallet over here? I'm actually just trying to get your attention, everybody. I don't have your wallet. Real quick, for everybody in the back, I love that you guys are talking. This is community. But when you guys talk in the back, they can't hear you. So could you please go into the quiet rooms so that the people that are paying attention, that want to learn about cool, awesome AI stuff, can learn about it. Is that cool, everybody? Yeah? Otherwise, I'm going to come around and smile at you awkwardly. All right, here I come. All right, guys.
Okay, well, while Dylan is off, we're going to start our next presentation. We have Dushan here from Apify. This is a presentation. You don't have to do anything. We've had a lot going on today. You can just take a sit back, relax, and what Dushan's going to walk through is he's going to vibe code a really cool demo. And he's going to show you what's possible. You don't have to do anything. You can just follow along. And then if you do want to get started after you get inspired, Dushan can tell you how. So without further ado, Dushan, take it away.
Okay, thank you. Oh. Yes. Thank you. Hi, everybody. How are you today? Woo! Is there someone who knows what is Vibecoding? So who's Vibecoder? Awesome, few of us. Okay, so today, let me introduce myself. I'm Dusan, I'm product manager in Apify, and you probably already heard what is Apify. Just to summarize it, we are a full web scraping platform, so if you need any data from social media, from Google Maps, from any other website, you could go to us, and you could pick one of our almost 8,000 pretty pre-made, we call it actors because they are acting on the internet and gathering the data. And right now I want to show you how to actually vibe code your own actor. So let's, I already prepared some use case, but for example, I have this beautiful website Alternative 2. So the website is pretty simple. It works like that. If I search for some company like Apify, it will give me few of our competitors or few of similar products and companies. And let's imagine that I want to do some research about my competitors, or I want to do research about my field, whatever. And I want to scrape those data. So I'm going to Apify store, of course. I search for Alternative 2, which is the name of the website, but I'm pretty sad because there's no actor for that. But you don't have to be sad, of course, because we could vibe code it together. So that's the point. And actually, there are many ways how to get to the result, how to vibe code. You could chat with ChatGPT and trying to explain what you want to build, and you are hoping that it will generate you the code. I will show you a slightly different way, because from my perspective, the best way how to vibe code Apify actors, it's start from the template. And my colleague Jacob was already here. He was showing you the templates. So if you go to Google and just type Apify templates, it should be like the first link you will get. Web scraping code templates. Because you are vibe coders, you don't know what anything of this means, of course. But we've got TypeScript, we've got JavaScript, we've got Python. Never mind, if you don't know what does it mean, it's okay. What's important is that I will choose one empty TypeScript project. I will show you very briefly why I'm doing that, but just to set it up, I actually wanted you to follow me, but since we don't have much time and you already need to set up Apify account, Apify CLI, we will skip this, so I will just show you the process. But the main thing, like what you need to understand, is just what's possible and how quickly you could get to a running actor. So here's the command I actually need to create this template and create locally on my machine the template of Apify actor. So I'm going to my terminal. I passed it here. Should I enlarge the font a little bit? Is it okay? Yeah? Okay, so this command is using our Apify CLI. If you know what is CLI, if you don't know what is CLI, doesn't matter. I'm just here creating the empty template. Let's call it Alternative 2, which is the name of the website, and I just click the enter. Right now, it's just downloading from our servers the basically a repository of empty actor. Yeah, there are some warning, but never mind. Deprecated, oh, I don't know what that, I'm a vibe coder, I don't know what that means. So, success, okay, so we created new folder. I will just go to the folder and I open it in Cursor, or you could use VS Code, whatever, it really doesn't matter. I just want to show you like what files are there, how does it look like. So this is empty Apify actor. You really don't need to know what all these files means. The most important one is README, where like this is what your users or what your colleagues will see. And what now? Well, I will do one more thing. I will just initialize Git repository just for you to see like what files were changed. Yeah. So, well, right now we prepared empty repo. Right now there's no logic, but the important file is here, and it's doing nothing. It just is. So, but before we start Vibecoding, I wanted to do one important thing, and is to actually give the agent some tools. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one thing. I'm actually, to explain what tooling I'll be using, do you know Cloud Code or some agentic CLI tools? Yeah, cool, many of you. I'm using Cloud Code, but you could definitely use OpenAI Codex or Gemini CLI. It really doesn't matter. I'm trying to just explain the concept, so it's really up to you. But the first thing you do if you start working with Cloud Code or any agentic system, you have this init command, which basically, I will run it, which basically go through your repository and read all the files. And that's the reason why I choose to use Apify template, because there are already a lot of pre-configured files. And the Cloud Code or any agent, they are so smart that they can understand what's actually happening in the repository. So give it a few seconds, and it will create a claude.md file. If you're using OpenAI or any other tool, it will call agents.md, but it's the same thing, just different name. So now it's telling me I'm creating claude.md, and shortly we will check it like what's there. It should be very, very quick. Yeah, probably there will be some, oh yeah, it's here. Yes, don't ask me again, I'm a Vibecoder, I trust you. So, we've got claude.md, and it's not very interesting file, it's just describing the empty folder of our Apify actor, but it's super important for the agent itself, because with each of your questions, it's reading this file. So it's basically functional as some memory for your agent. So anything what is important, you should put it here. And what's cool about that it actually understands our Apify commands. And that's why I put my template here. So it understands how to test it locally, how to deploy it to Apify, and I will show everything right in a moment. This is not important. I don't even know what does it mean, because I'm product manager. I'm not developer, right? Okay, so before we start Vibecoding, actually, we are not still Vibecoding. We are just preparing the tooling. And when we are talking about tooling, we need to add some tools to our agent. So I'm going to mcpapify.com. Jacob already showed you how this works. Fun fact, this was also Vibecoded by me. So here I will choose one of our actors, which is Cheerio Scraper, which is like the most simplest scraper. And I will show you why. Because when we trying to scrape some website, we need to understand like what are the elements on the website. We need to read the website. So if I do it in Claude, which has already some fetch tool, it could read fetch me this website. Sorry. We will encounter some problem because the website is behind Cloudflare, so it will get blocked. So this native tooling, you could see error 403, and we can't scrape it. Well, that's why I'm using Cheerio, because inherently all our scrapers and basically every actors they have inherently some logic to bypass this anti-scraping measures. So right now I will choose the tools, and only tools I care about is Apify documentation. So I keep these ones here, and I already like it created me some URL for this specific MCP server. You could definitely add more actors, like for the YouTube, for the Instagram, whatnot, but I'm just showing you like how to use it for building your own actor. So we have links how to implement it in Cloud Code. So I will copy this and going back to my terminal. I will paste it here, but I will rename the MCP, and this command just do that. It will add some MCP server to Cloud Code. I will call it Apify docs. And one thing I want to do is to set scope for project, because I don't want like this MCP to be available to all my projects. So this is the command for that. And right now, I just add configuration of MCP server to my agent. So let's try it out, if it's there. Yeah, I trust. And if I do /command MCP, I should see my Apify docs MCP there. So it's working, and that's cool. But we are still not Vibecoding. We are still preparing the tooling. Are you here with me? Is everything like understandable, or is it complete nonsense for you? Yeah, I see thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, okay, so let's continue. I will kill my Claude to restart it and just check if I have MCP here as well. I should. Yes, awesome. So right now what I did, I take empty template for Apify, from Apify. I give the agent some tooling to read our documentation and to have Cheerio, and I need to tell it to the agent that it has access to that. So I will just copy paste here. Oh, sorry. Copy paste here and paste it into Claude MD. As I mentioned, this is the file the agent reads every time you asking the question. And I just give him, or I tell him, you have access to Apify MCP. Use this if you need to read documentation. If you are not sure about anything about Apify, you've got access to our documentation. And I also told him that you've got access to Cheerio scraper. So if you need to read some website, use this tool and be very specific. Important, don't use your own fetch tool. You will get errors, so don't do it. So now, we updated this Claude MD, we've got MCP, so maybe we should start Vibecoding. But before that, I'm sorry. I switched to plan mode, and I actually want Claude to talk to me like how to describe the project I want to build. So I will tell him, look, I want to scrape, I'm sorry, alternative 2.net. The logic is simple. I will provide the name of the company, e.g. Apify, and I want to scrape all the alternatives. URL looks like this, so I'm going back to Apify alternative. If I search for Apify, I will get this URL where I see that there is search/query and Apify. So I will copy that and tell it to my agent. URL looks like this. URL of detail of alternatives looks. So if I click on some specific company, the URL looks like this. So let's copy paste it here. Please, before you code, ask me relevant questions. I'm still not generating any code. I'm trying still like prompt the agent itself to build me some PRD, which is a product requirement document, and it's basically what we are trying to build. So it's asking me a few questions to clarify what's important. Input format. Input should be just the name of the company and maybe limits of the scraped pages. Data to extract, now you could like explain that you want the title, you want the image, you want the description, maybe I want some likes, comments, alternatives. Yeah, for now, let's say everything. Yeah, everything. Question number 3, search result. Do you want to scrape only the first one? Crawler type. Now we are getting too technical. I don't know. I'm Vibecoder. Detail pages. Should the scrape visit each alternative detail? Yes, please. Rate limiting. I don't know. Let's tell it. Create me detailed PRD.md, like Markdown text file. And let's do it. So what's happening now? I describe my problem. I describe what I want to scrape when I'm on this page, what data I need, and now I need my agent to actually check the website itself, understand like what's the layout of the website, what are the names of the fields, and so on. So right now it's building me the PRD file, which is describing what we are trying to build. It will take a few seconds and it's already here. So right now, as a right Vibecoder, I shouldn't read it, but I highly recommend you to read it and see like what's happening there. You just check if the agent itself understands what you want to do, what you want to scrape. But I will very quickly go through that and I say, okay, it seems correct. So I will clear my context. And now I will say it. Okay, you've got this PRD file, which is explaining everything. It already has access to Claude.md, where it's describing how to use our CLI. So let it cook. And now we will just sit and wait 10 minutes before it's done. Or I will just show you what's happening there actually. Now it creates to-do list of all the stuff it needs to do, and I'm sorry it's too quick. It will analyze the page itself, as I mentioned, to understand the elements, the structure, and so on. So it's using my Chiro scraper because I gave it access to it. And now it's asking me, could I use this tool just to scrape the website? And of course you could. So it's doing its thing, and it will implement the logic of the scraper itself. You could see all these green files are trying, I'm sorry. Yeah, right now, what's happening that it's generating the complete logic of the scraper. It will take a few minutes, but then I want to test it if it's actually working. And I guarantee you it will not work. There will be some issues, but the agents are already so smart that they can test itself. There's the feedback loop that it will generate the code, test it. If it's not working, it will try something slightly different. So I'm just saying yes, yes, do this, and sorry. And it's what's happening here. It's trying to understand the website, and I don't want to waste your time too much. Yeah, so it's created and analyzed the HTML. So right now it's building the input schema because, as I mentioned, we call it actor, and each actor have some input, have some output. For me, in this case, the input is the name of the company I want to search, and maybe the limit of the pages it's scraping, and output should be dataset where for each row I will have some alternative page with its details. So it's generating the code, adding functionality. Give him 1 minute to finish this, and then I will skip the most boring part. Yeah, we are getting there. Actually, to test it locally on my machine, it also needs to create some input JSON with some dummy data just to test it if it's working. And that's the feedback loop I was talking about, that it will try it, and if the data are not there, it will try again and again until it make it work. I test this solution like 6 times today. It always worked, but it took few minutes to get there, but most of the time I didn't have to do anything. I was just pushing the enter and the magic was happening. So right now it's creating the input. You could see the main logic of the scraper is already there, and it's just 100 lines code, which is strange, but okay. Oh, here it is. Here's the logic for routing. I don't know what that means, but it's there. And yeah, we are finishing, and now it's trying to test. It's saying that it wants to run this npm start command. I'm saying no, because you've got other commands like Apify run. So I tell it use Apify commands. And now it will run Apify run, which is testing locally the scraper. Yes. And it will probably get it wrong. There will be definitely some issues. Yeah, let me fix that, something's wrong, and so on. I will not be wasting your time, because this could take like 5 to 10 minutes, and it will just try again, until it's finally get it right. So I will just switch to my old repository to show you how does it look like. And so, okay, I tell it like, let's cook, build me some scraper, and as previously, it doing its thing, testing, building, and well, at the end, it actually get it right, and saying done. It's happening. So I'm tell it like, okay, that's nice, but I want to push it into Apify. So could you like, let's test it, but with, sorry. I'm saying there somewhere, push it and test it on Apify platform. And again, it's trying to do its stuff when it's finally tell me, yeah, it's done. So I could go to Apify console, where I could see all my actors I actually built. And I see that there's this alternative scraper, and I could test it right away directly from Apify if it's working and actually gathering the data. So you could see that here is my input. Here's Apify. I'm searching for Apify, and I want to 10, maybe 15 alternatives. Save and start, and now it's running. I could check the logs. I could see if there's something's happening. Yeah, I'm not sure what does it mean, but yeah, it's there. And I could see the outputs. And I could see that it's actually scraping our competitors like Lookiloo, Scraping Duck, Otto. I could see it in JSON, and it's there. Maybe I will tell it that, look, I need more data points. I need maybe image URL, or I need comments about the products and so on. But it took me literally like 20 minutes just to build everything together. Just so to wrap it up, I believe the best way how to vibe code your actor is to start with a template. Then the agent already knows everything about Apify, how to run it, how to test it, how to build it. Then it's okay, or it's good to actually connect MCP tooling with our documentation or with any other scrapers, and then you just describe the PRD, what you're trying to build, and just let it cook, and it's happening actually pretty easily without you understand any of the code. So this was just really fast, really just fun example of what you could do. We are actually planning to integrate this process directly into Apify, so you don't have to set everything by yourself and set up your cloud code and so on. But in the future, you should be able just to describe the problem there, like me describing, look, I want to scrape this specific website for this specific data, and it should automatically happen and create the actor for you. And you can even monetize it, sell it to your customers and to the community. We actually have above $1.5 million per month we are paying to our developers just based on their scrapers. So that was me. It was very quick, and I believe we got last fireside chat. So thank you very much, and see you in 5 minutes.
Hey there, folks. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the presentation from Dushan and the team here on Vibecoding. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Dushan and the team. They're available. They'd love to have more. As a reminder, this is also recorded. It is on the YouTube channel for Apify. And you can always go back and review the session. I know we've gone through a lot of information today. On our original timeline, we actually planned to do a sitting panel here, but I think folks are getting a little tired here. What we're thinking of doing instead is we're thinking of just putting up the QR code. If you have any questions you want to ask right now or put your hand up, we can call up folks and do a live Q&A with you. We'll answer some burning questions that you have, and then we won't make you sit through another 30 minutes. We'll let you go mix and mingle and drink some of the alcohol that's left. Are there any other questions? Are we doing to scan this thing? You can put your hand up as well. We can bring up the relevant folks. Yes, lady over here. Can it scrape Amazon? Yes, it can. Yeah, Apify. Yes, Apify can scrape Amazon. There are Amazon scrapers and actors, and there's probably folks from Apify that can come up and tell a little bit more about those Apify scrapers, but there definitely are some that are available and they're great. Jacob, do you want to add some?
Be sure to check the Apify store. There's a bunch of scrapers we have for Amazon and other like e-commerce scrapers, even generic ones. So you can use the generic ones if you have any other website. So yeah,
probably the use case is like scraping products and like analyzing them. Like even if you want to do drop shipping, there are some great scrapers to do that. Totally. Cool. Also, feel free to scan this. We're going to put up the questions in a second and see if there's anything else that's available, and we'll take a look at it in a second here. Yeah, another question. Go ahead. So the question there is, she's trying to connect n8n to Apify to run a scraper. How long does it usually take? So the scrapers and Apify, it depends on the type of scraper, what you're scraping. It may be quick, it may take 30 seconds, it may take a minute or two to run. Sometimes, we can talk about the setup in a second if you want to do it later. I can come and talk to you, or Dylan can as well. For connecting n8n and Apify together, you can call, but you have to wait for a few minutes for it to run. Sometimes in a workflow, you may need to, there's like a function for you to wait on the response to come back. So we need to enable that. So we can walk out and show you how to do that later as well. This is a bit more advanced, but I'm happy to share it with you. Beautiful. Cool. There are some questions coming up. Are LLM costs becoming an issue when running larger agent workflows in n8n? So that's a great question. A lot of the LLMs are actually, it's getting more competitive. A lot of them are coming out and the prices are going down. So depending on the agent that you're using and the LLM that you're using, you don't need to use the most advanced and the latest LLM for most tasks. So you can use one that is cheaper per token and then it'll be fine. Now, if you think about scaling of the workflows and running multiple agents and how that impacts the cost, and that depends on the structure of your workflow. But it would be similar if you were to build it manually outside of n8n. There's nothing different there. n8n doesn't add any cost. It's just the same. It depends on how many tools you're passing, how much information from agent to agent. If you do have a ton of sub-agents, like let's say 10, and each sub-agent has 10 tools, then every time it needs to pick out tools, it'll have to go to different sub-agents and pick tools. So it may grow a little bit, but you would still have to build that agent otherwise if you want to perform that task. So it's not prohibitive by any means. Does Apify approve new actors before it's public? I think that's a question for Apify team here. Let's get him to answer.
Yeah, so you can publish the actor, we don't approve that. So, but you have to meet some kind of baseline. So you need to, for example, fill in image, like logo of the actor, description, readme, and if you meet this baseline, you can publish that without approval, but we test those actors if they work correctly, and if not, we deprecate them and block them. So that's that. So no, you don't have to you do not need approve to publish on Apify. You can just do it yourself, and your actor needs to work.
Okay, so bottom line, it needs to work, and you're good to go. That's it. Okay, perfect. Any other questions from the audience here, guys? Any hands up? We're here. We're happy to answer them. Anything about n8n, Apify, Leadspicker, Overdrive, even the pizza, I mean, what have you. I'm happy to answer them. There was a question in the back? Yep. Yeah. So the question there is, this gentleman just found a dark web scraper, and he's wondering if what the permissions look like on that. I can't speak to the dark web scraper. I don't know if anybody from the Apify team is familiar with any dark web scrapers that are on the Apify platform and you want to talk about that. I'm sure that's probably a spicy topic. Jacob, go ahead.
Honestly, I'm not sure if there is any dark web scraper. You can definitely check out the Apify store, but I think no. But check that out. Check that out. You just found one? Oh, yeah. So it's basically community actors. So community can put anything there. So I don't know if it works. You can try that. You can check that out if it works for you. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Another question in here. Do you recommend to have multiple n8n workflows or one big workflow? My answer is going to be, it depends. Are you doing one workflow that you just plan to build and just run once and you never plan to reuse it? That's fine. Are you thinking that you're going to build something that you may reuse across other workflows? For example, you may create a workflow to extract data from documents, what have you, okay? And you may want to reuse that across multiple flows. If so, you want that to be separate. So anything that you want to reuse, you probably want it to be a separate workflow so you can call it in the future. Cool. Any other questions on n8n or anything else? Anything else? Yeah, another question right here.
So I've heard that people aren't using that many multi-agent workflows because they're not like at 98% reliability yet. So what are your thoughts on when that window is going to start to
Close?
more of that in like production?
Oh, that's a great question, actually. So we work with a lot of enterprise clients. One of our core verticals is venture capital as well. We work with a lot of folks, and we always think about the complexity of the agent and building out the reliability. Right now, agents are really good at short tasks or small tasks. They're not good with very, very large or long tasks. I think the projections are saying like by 2030 is going to be like multiple hours. The most recent agent that came out, the most recent Gemini 2.5 deep thinking. It was doing like a 2-hour workflow or something like that. I don't know how good the accuracy is on that. We're getting to longer agents, but I think the timeline on that is still like a little years ahead. If I was to think about it, personally, I think we're underestimating how long it's going to get. I think the progress is faster than we're expecting it. But yeah, basically it. And Dylan has a thought too.
Yeah. Just a quick thing on that point. It really depends on the average order value, right? So like if you have an AI agent that responds to leads in a short period of time, and the leads are worth maybe like, $10 or $50, and it messes up 1 out of 10 times, and you get thousands of leads coming in, not a big deal. If you're like a private equity company and each lead is worth $1 million and stuff like that, then people won't risk it. So it really depends on the volume and the scale and what you're getting out of it. I actually have a podcast on the n8n website that just released on YouTube channel where we talk about this. Me and Nick Soraya, we go really deep on the topic of exactly what you're saying of when it makes sense and when it doesn't make sense. So for small things, high volume, AI agents totally work, but when it's big and risky and usually customer facing, look really bad in front of them, you don't go with AI agents, you go with workflows because they're dependable and repeatable. Yeah?
Great answer. Hold on, Dylan. I got another question for you. What are n8n future plans? Anything for go-to-market?
Future plans? Okay. So the big thing that we have coming up is the text to workflow, or we call it the AI workflow builder. So you can just type in, build me a form that connects to my calendar that is an AI agent that does this, that, or the other. So that's what we've built out and that's going to be coming out. We gave it to some people on YouTube that is going to be coming out in the next week or so, and I think in the next 2 or 3 weeks that will be available. So that's the biggest thing that's going to be really helpful for you, is to use that text to workflow builder that's going to be coming out in 2 to 3 weeks. It's going to be on cloud initially. At some point we're going to do self-hosted, but we don't know how, when, where, what, why. But that's going to be the best feature that we've got coming up right now. We just released data sets, but it's just an internal form of Google Sheets, but it doesn't really matter that much to you guys, so it's not super exciting. I will say that the text to workflow builder is the best thing, and then integrating MCPs and all that other jazz. So.
Beautiful. And actually, Dushan, do you want to also quickly answer the Apify question here?
Yeah, about future plans, I already mentioned our Vibecoding stuff and stack, so we will be pushing it hard just for you as users. So it's super simple just to describe the problem and create the actor or scraper for you. Another thing is our MCP server. We built our MCP server to access all of our thousands of tools, and we are again pushing hard to improve it and make it work. And well, it's already working, but make it better. And third thing, there's actually a huge Apify challenge in upcoming day. I can't speak about it, but in upcoming days, you will see on our social media that if you are a builder right now, if you want to build scrapers, now is the best time, and we will give you a lot of merge money and tokens and anything we can just to force you to build something for us. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Bottom line, you got to build. There's questions about, they're going for the hats, not the questions. Never mind, forget about it. Okay, back to the questions. What do you think LM calling and all kinds of MCP servers directly, or a combo MCP servers instead of building workflows? Depends on the use case, as Dylan said. If you need something that is reliable, performs the same way every single time, it has set number of steps, you want to go with a workflow. If it's something dynamic, you can afford a bit of risk that the response is going to be perfect, but it's hard to predict how many steps there's going to be. You want a dynamic workflow, you probably want an AI agent. And that's where you can do a combination or what have you. It really depends on the use case, but yes. Quick questions. What are the avenues where we could contribute to the n8n community? I'm from Helsinki. So first of all, you guys had an intro to n8n. Please go home, learn more, and build out amazing and awesome workflows. As you build them, you can publish them to the n8n community, and other people can use them. You can share them, and other folks will use them. That's number one. Number two, once you publish a few of them, and if you really get fired up and you want to do some awesome workshops, n8n is launching the ambassador program, and they're looking for ambassadors in the local communities to help host workshops and teach other folks and do meetups. They want to grow the community. So if you really want to get engaged, definitely talk to Dylan. He is in the back there. He's been handing out the hats. He would love to chat with you and connect you to the right person. So if you Sarma, if you're interested, come chat with Dylan. Perfect. Are the MCP actor source code open source? I believe the answer is no, but.
If it depends what you mean. If you mean the Apify MCP server, like the main one, the core logic is open source, so you can check it out. If you go to github.com/Apify/Apify MCP server, you can check the core logic, but it has some internals that are private, like the web server logic and deployment and stuff. And if you mean any MCP actor on the store, then it depends on the developer. It can be open source or it can be private, so it depends. Does it answer the question? Yeah.
Awesome. There's what? My battery's low? Oh, that's all right. Not a big deal. Okay, whatever. We're wrapping up anyway, so the battery can die. It's all right. Okay, folks, any other questions? I'm here. Anything else? Not seeing anything on the screen. I think we're good. Anything burning? If there are any other questions, you can find me. My name is Georgie. You can also find anybody here from the Apify team, the Leadspicker team, or Dylan in the back. Thank you so much, Dylan. Let's give Dylan a round of applause. He's been coming back and helping people troubleshoot all the workflows. Yeah, let's go, Dylan. Amazing job. We do have a small final announcement. As we said earlier, if you guys built a workflow and you shared it with the Apify team, they were going to share some. And there's actually been one workflow that somebody did share that they wanted to invite somebody to talk about as we wrap it up. So Dushan or Jacob, do you guys want to come up and talk a little bit about the workflow that someone built here?
She's actually here in the second row.
Oh, she's actually here in the second. Oh, there you go, Mariana. There we go. Oh, hello there. Okay, so fantastic. So you built a workflow. Oh, she's so excited. I love it. Okay, amazing. You can just take my phone away. We're going to see a workflow that she built. This is cool. Okay, I'm excited. This energy is contagious. Holy shit. Okay, oh wow.
Okay, guys. Hello.
Now this is impressive.
Well, can I?
We're going to switch the screen here. Give us a second. No, it's okay. Don't worry. Beautiful. Wow.
Okay.
Whoa, holy shit.
So I will try to be quick.
Wow.
So this workflow generates personalized LinkedIn posts, and I will try to explain how it works. It starts with a form where you fill in your information, name, your LinkedIn, your company's URL, and then topics that you are interested in, people or companies that you are interested in on LinkedIn. And when you fill the form in, I will then have a trigger. I store the inputs in a Google Sheet, and I will then grab the inputs. And now the Apify does the lifting. So I will take and scrape your LinkedIn profile, your LinkedIn posts, your most valuable posts, and your company information. And this actually is very powerful node in n8n, which is, in this case, works as a stopper. So it waits until all these nodes run. So this is where I catch all your information. Then I will scrape the information or the posts of the people that work in the companies that you filled in. And I rank the posts based on how many likes they had or comments. And then I will take the peoples, like the particular peoples you filled in, and scrape their posts and rank them as well. I will then sort them out, so in the end, here, I have all your information, so I know your tone, what you care about, and I have the most valuable, most trading posts or of people you care about, and based on what they're writing about the topics that you care about. And then the magic happens, which is, of course, the AI agent, where I create the posts. And here is, for example, the system prompt, which is quite long, because I tell him, yeah, learn about you, about your tone, about your companies, what you work on, and then also create a post that they are viral. So there are some rules how to make the LinkedIn post viral. And then in the end, I have the 5 posts. I do some cleaning and I send you an email with 5 drafts, which looks like this. So you get email with 5 different LinkedIn posts, with also a link to a reference. So like this post is about some topic from that some person wrote about, in this case, this one, and you can check it out. So like, you know, like check the AI if it's not hallucinating. You can then tweak the post and you are free to post it on your LinkedIn. The idea is that you get this every week, once or 3 times, just in your inbox, which reminds you to post regularly on your LinkedIn, and you don't have to think about what to post about. You just checked your drafts and pick the best one, and you are good to go. So yeah, that's
Wonderful.
That's it.
Round of applause.
One thing.
That is wonderful.
If you want to try, you can scan the QR code
Oh, wow.
if the posts work for you.
She came prepared. Wow, all right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Marianne. This was wonderful. Well, that's a one hell of a workflow. That's awesome. Beautiful. Thank you so much, folks. Thanks again for coming tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the drinks and the food and the presentations, and you learned something today. The most important that you can take, go home and apply. And again, if you build something with Apify, go get those free credits. And if you build something with n8n, find Dylan, get his email, go chat with Dylan after, okay? He'll get you hooked up as well. Again, on behalf of the Leadspicker, n8n, Apify, and myself, the Overdrive team, thank you so much for coming, folks. Enjoy the SF Tech Week. We are wrapped up for tonight. Thank you again, but I hope you do stick around. We would love to chat with each and every one of you.